Question 4. Professionalism cannot be taught by regurgitating the Eng-aim regulations on professional conduct, nor by memorizing a set of rules. Do you agree with the statements, and why? The topic of discussions of these questions is regarding the professionalism, which cannot be taught nor by memorizing. You are asked to discuss the statement. To answer these questions, first we need to define the meaning of professionalism. It is the conduct, quality, and competence that characterize a profession or a professional person, which is the engineer. The person needs to be objective, not emotionally driven, nor it uphold the personal interest, preference, or favor. It is always associated with the right attitude, proper ethics, commitment, selflessness, and also regard for the greater goods. He needs to be fair to all parties, have thorough considerations, and seek for greater goods at various aspects and broader prospects instead of the personal gain. He also needs to be accountable and avoid to be in unjustifiable positions. Next, probably we can discuss about the importance or benefits of having the professionalism. These are some of the importance, where the moral and professional satisfactions to engineer as well as to the career prospects. Also, through professionalism, it requires the trust, satisfactions of service to the employer. It also represents the integrity of the professions, as well as facilitate quality of professional service provided by the professions as a whole, and also it gives the general public and society the sense of secure, belief, and entrustment. The question here asks us to whether we agree or not agree with the statement and explain the reason. Personally, I do agree that the professionalism is not merely to be taught or memorized, as this is only at the level of awareness, which is the lowest level of a good ethical practice, and it should be elevated to the next higher level. For an ethical practice, instead of awareness of the professional acts, you need to be also willing to conform and be self-disciplined with the professional act. That leads to the components of conform, and you will need to value the importance of the professionalism. That gives you the reason why it needs to be embraced. And the next level, it should be conceptualizing the value and put into the applications in various scenarios. This is related to the commitments of having those ethical conducts. And lastly, internalize and make it good behavior and the first options to comply and also influence the others. That means the professionalisms need to be inherited in the nature and behavior of a person until it becomes a spontaneous response and always be the first options to comply. And this will be able to influence the other as well. Next, maybe we can extend further our discussions to the some limitations of the formal educations or managing systems. That leads to the scenario now. Most of the educations or even the regulation systems concentrate on the awareness level. As at the higher level there, it will involve the willingness of the participations and commitments of the person. The educations create awareness. The professional regulations or the managing system facilitate the compliance to the professionalism, and the professional culture stimulates and persists the practice. That means if we would like our professions to be at the highest level of the professionalism. Various aspects needs to complement each other. And also, it will be very much rely on the quality of the professions as a whole and the fellow engineers to realize the good professionalism culture in the professions. And next, we might be able to discuss on the solutions to improve the professionalism culture in the professions. First, all the engineers should be made aware of the professionalism through educations in the Institute of Higher Learning or by the regulations for the Eng-aim, BEM, and even some talks and seminars. We can also discuss this in two levels, the macro level and the micro level. The macro level can be related to the establishments of the system to promote, facilitate, and enforce the culture, which it is made compulsory the code of professional conduct to be incorporated in the curriculum. It is also a part of the mandatory assessment for the PE, and there should be laws and regulations to control the responsibility in terms of design for danger and Information Protection Acts, as well as the knowledge about the contract, some regulations of not able to make active advertisement, as well as through enhancement of the competency by CPD and PDB. Also, some publications in terms of the IEM bulletins and others. In terms of the micro level, the engineer should have self-awareness and self-review. And engineers are to remind each other and through the mentor systems of senior engineers guiding the junior engineers to set a good role of models to the young engineers. And there can be some whistleblower, and probably some part of your discussions can share your experience, your commitments, and also the outcome of those experiences.